It was a crisp morning in downtown Manhattan when Maya Sinclair walked into the most exclusive venture capital firm in the city. Her name was whispered among the elite circles, though few knew the true extent of her influence. She wasn't a loud personality, nor did she make headlines. Maya was a quiet force, a tech investor who had built her fortune by backing the most disruptive startups, but always from behind the scenes. To the world, she was just another investor, another person with a checkbook. But Maya had a different way of working, a way that didn't rely on grand gestures or public recognition. She didn't need it. Today, Maya had a meeting with Dominic Carter, a young entrepreneur with big dreams. He had built his company from the ground up, creating a revolutionary app that was already attracting attention in Silicon Valley. He had heard of Maya's success, but what he didn't know was that Maya had been quietly observing his company for months. She had seen his potential, but Dominic had no idea she was the one behind the seed money that had already begun fueling his startup's growth. Dominic had been invited to pitch for a significant round of funding. He was nervous, yet excited. This could be his big break, the chance to secure the funding that would propel his company to the next level. He had carefully prepared his pitch, rehearsing every line, every statistic, and every key point he needed to get the investment. As he walked into the sleek, modern conference room, he was greeted by the firm's top executives, including Maya, who was sitting quietly at the head of the table. "Good morning, Mr. Carter," Maya said with a polite but disinterested smile. Her tone was calm, her posture relaxed, but there was something in the way she carried herself that made the room feel just a little more charged, a little more intense. Dominic didn't recognize her at first. She had a reputation for keeping a low profile. He assumed she was just another executive at the firm, someone he had to impress. "Good morning, Miss Sinclair," he said nervously, unaware that this was the woman who could change everything for him. He began his pitch with confidence, explaining the core of his app and its potential to revolutionize the industry. He spoke about the numbers, the users, and the growth. As he spoke, Maya listened quietly, her hands folded neatly in front of her. The other executives were nodding along, but Maya's expression remained unreadable. Dominic was aware of the eyes on him, but he couldn't help but feel a strange sense of unease in the room. As the pitch went on, he began to fumble. He missed a few key points. His voice wavered, and his carefully rehearsed lines started to sound forced. He could feel the pressure mounting. This was it, the moment that could make or break him. When he finished, he looked up, expecting feedback. But there was only silence. For a few long moments, Maya did not say anything. The other executives shifted uncomfortably in their seats, unsure of what was coming next. Finally, Maya leaned forward, breaking the silence. "Mr. Carter," she said, her voice soft yet firm, "your presentation was thorough, but not convincing." Dominic's heart sank. He had worked so hard for this moment. I'm sorry," he stammered, his confidence evaporating. "I thought it was the right direction. I believe in the company, in the vision." Maya nodded, her gaze never leaving him. "I don't doubt your belief in the company. I doubt your ability to lead it. You've built something valuable, but you don't understand its true worth yet. You're playing catch-up with your own product. And when you're running a company, especially one that's on the brink of something big, you can't afford to be behind." Dominic's chest tightened. He wasn't prepared for this. "I've done everything I can," he said, frustration creeping into his voice. "This is my life's work. I know what it can do." Maya's eyes softened, but her voice remained steady. "You're passionate, Dominic. I can see that. But passion isn't enough to take your company to the next level. You need vision, strategy, and most importantly, humility. You need to know when to ask for help." Dominic stood there, stunned. The room was heavy with tension. He had expected praise, maybe a few questions, but not this. Maya's words, though direct, were laced with a quiet strength. The kind of strength that didn't need to shout to be heard. The kind of strength that could make or break an empire. "I've been watching you, Dominic," Maya continued. "Your company is in its early stages, but I believe you have the potential to build something incredible. But you need guidance, and I can offer that. I'm offering you a deal, but on my terms." Dominic was speechless. His dreams were within reach, but at what cost? He knew this was his chance, but it also meant surrendering some control. "You want me to give up control?" he asked, his voice low. "I'm not asking for control," Maya replied. "I'm offering you the resources and experience to take your company where it needs to go. You can either keep pushing forward on your own, or you can take the help I'm offering and build something far greater than you ever imagined." Dominic paused, the weight of her words sinking in. He had come here to pitch for money, but he was being offered something much more valuable: knowledge, mentorship, and a chance to truly lead his company. He had always prided himself on his independence, but maybe it was time to learn the true value of collaboration. After a long silence, he nodded. "I'll accept your terms," he said, his voice steady. Maya smiled faintly. "Good. Welcome to the next chapter of your company."